Hello, good to see you. Come on in. It's Kirsten Liebelt. Facebook was lagging today. Lagging. How are you doing? It's always so good to have you guys join in. Today is Thursday, right? Is it Thursday? It's Thursday. And so on our insulin resistance conversation today, the title is Why Your Liver Won't Burn Fast. Why your liver won't burn fat unless this happens first. You're going to want to understand this piece. I know that, like, maybe if you've been hanging around this universe, you already know the answer. But if you haven't, you might want to just pay attention. You may not even know that your liver is your fat burning organ. That was revelation to me the first time I heard it. I was like, what? So that's why I talk about the liver all the time. So how are you doing today? It's like almost end of the week. I hope everybody is having a really, really good week. My daughter's texting me. Thank you. She's letting me know that my audio is good. And she'll let me know. So in the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, we are doing our 5-day challenge. Today is, so yesterday we did the pantry and the refrigerator reveal. So you guys, what I do is I like to give you a visual of what's going on in my kitchen because this is completely opposite of how I used to live. Like bipolar opposite, like bipolar. How about just polar opposite? Polar opposite of how I used to live. Like I was, I had all the vegetable oils and all the sugar and the flour. Like I couldn't get enough. Like give me more. The Nestle Toll House semi-sweet chocolate chips. Like I want it all. The sweetened condensed milk. Like I can drink that. That was me. So giving you that visual, I feel like can be really helpful. If you are already in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. Good morning, Patty. Good to see you. If you are in there, up in the featured section is where the replays are going. So we've already done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They're up in the featured section. Go get you some. Go get you some. The glucose product is back in stock. Woohoo! Like we are so excited. We are so excited about this. The testimony that I have that's connected to that I literally just got the other day when I said that it was back in stock in my stories. She said, oh yeah, by the way, since October, like my A1C has gone from a 6.0 down to a 5.1 and I've lost 20 pounds. That's a really nice, oh, by the way. So just letting you know, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, always reach out to me. Always. I am accessible. Like that's the whole point. The whole point is that you get to have somebody that will journey with you so that you can get the results that you're looking for. Like what a novel concept. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. All right. Good morning, Magda. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, so let's dive into conversation today about this because I feel like this is very, very helpful information for anybody who, if you're just like, man, I just keep hitting my head against a brick wall. I always feel like I'm so frustrated. Like I feel like I do everything right. I eat healthy. I eat clean. I started walking. I started doing high intensity cardio. I'm doing this, that, the other thing, and I cannot seem to take ground. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe my body is broken. Maybe my metabolism is shot for good. Maybe I don't know. Like maybe I've had somebody say before, like, you know what, my pancreas is just shot. That's just the way it is. It's just shot. It's like, no. Let's turn this around. Let's start talking about how this is not a terminal diagnosis, but you do have to understand just a few things so that when done properly, when done correctly, you can literally shift your food and your supplementation and come up with this 10x result journey for yourself. I mean, I'm sorry, but which one of you would like it if your A1C went from a 6.0 down to a 5.1 and you dropped 20 pounds since last October? If you woke up right now today, you've dropped 20 pounds and your A1C plummeted into the non-diabetic range. Anybody? Right? So I'm just saying, You can actually 10x your results when you understand how your body is working. So why your liver will not burn fat unless you do this first. Let's go. And welcome in TikTok. I appreciate you guys so much. If you will double tap the screen and share out information, I would really appreciate it. That's just the rules of TikTok to get anybody to see your information. And if you ask questions, I will come back. I will pause and look at your questions. So if you ever feel like you're doing all the things, you're eating better, you're moving more, but the belly fat will not budge, you are not broken. You're just not working with your body yet, especially your liver. And today, this is what I'm going to show you and why it's everything, why it's literally everything. So yesterday, I brought to you a little bit of information. Linda, good to see you. Good to see you. Everybody's in the house. So good to see you. I brought you information from Dr. Ben Bickman. If you don't know who he is, that's just, I do appreciate his information. And so today I'm going to do the same thing. It's just in a different vein here. Okay. So when insulin is low for around 16 hours, okay. Now insulin is a hormone. That's the first insulin resistance 101. Insulin is a hormone. Cortisol is a hormone. GLP-1 is a hormone that your body actually makes. So dealing with the root cause of maybe why your body isn't making as much as it used to is probably a really good idea. I'm just saying, like, we just automatically think that we're supposed to take a drug that does it for us. Anyway, that's another conversation for another day. The liver switches gears when your insulin is low for like a good 16 hours. This is why intermittent fasting actually is very helpful for people, right? Because if you can get your insulin to be low for a good 16 hours, your liver switches gears and it starts burning fat like crazy. Okay, because it is your fat metabolizing organ. And not just any fat, it's burning its own fat. Okay, it's burning its own fat. And also fat coming from your fat cells, especially belly fat. And that we talked about the cortisol belly versus the insulin belly yesterday. Why? Because low insulin tells your fat cells, we don't need you right now. Go ahead and release fat to be burned. The liver takes the fat and says, perfect, I'll use this for fuel. So your insulin hormone chooses how it's going to use a fuel for your body's energy. It wants to use glucose. If you don't give it any glucose for a period of time, it keeps that insulin way low. And it goes, I think for energy, I'm going to switch over and I'm going to start using fat. And it will start from within the liver and then your fat cells around your belly. Okay. So the liver went, then something like super, I want to make sure I'm not missing somebody. There we go. Okay. No. The liver will do something really powerful. Okay, here we go. The liver meets all of its own energy needs by burning fat, but because insulin stays low, it doesn't get the message to stop burning fat. So it keeps going. And this is where you start burning the fat you've been holding on to for years. So insulin resistance 101, insulin is a hormone and it's a fat storing hormone. Number 2, your liver is your fat metabolizing organ. You must have low insulin and high liver function. Low insulin and high liver function. Low insulin and high liver function so that you can be burning fat. So stop asking yourself why you're not burning fat. If you're eating foods that are spiking your sugars and calling on insulin to go get the sugar to put it into the cell, stop asking yourself that question. Stop living inside of your brain. It's all about balance. I can have just a little bit. I deserve that. Stop doing that and you won't be so frustrated. And don't get me wrong. Listen. I understand. I feel sometimes like I'm the one who created the conversation because I would reward myself with sweet potato fries. Do you understand? Like I'd be good for a week and I'd be like, Red Robin, here we come. And I was just sabotaging. because then you eat the sweet potato fry and your sugar goes up and your pancreas goes insulin, 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 and it goes and gets the sugar and it brings it into the cell. And the cell says, door closed. And your body goes, huh. Well, number one, I'm going to create more insulin because I just must not have done enough the first time around. So, AKA inflammation. Number two, well, I am a fat storing hormone, so I might as well get busy. And it's just going to store fat all over your body. So you have to stop lying to yourself about what you're eating and trying to get away with living on the edges. You have to stop it. This is a biological, there's no, your insulin, your pancreas, your blood glucose, your liver, they don't care about the story in your head. They don't care. There's no judgment. They're just going to function according to what you give your body to function with. Does that make sense? So if you know that you're spiking your sugars too much because you're living on those fringes and on those edges, and you're like, well, I do like me some sourdough, and I heard sourdough is really good for the gut. No. Might be good for your gut, but we're not trying to fix your, okay, we are trying to fix your gut. But that's not the lens that we look at food through when we're eating. It's a piece of the puzzle, I get it. But the number one thing you're looking for when you're putting food in your mouth is, will this spike my sugars and raise my insulin? Okay? Tracking? Let me know if you're tracking. All right. So when insulin stays low, it doesn't get the message to stop burning fat. So it keeps going. And this is where you start burning the fat you've been holding on to for years. This is why, if you've ever messaged to me, or if we've had a little mini conversation in my messages, Messenger, Instagram, text, email, phone, and I've asked you the question, have you ever considered going, good morning, Lisa, good to see you. Have you ever considered going carnivore? Now, I'm not carnivore, but the question is, have you ever considered it? Because it is the way to keep your insulin low all the time. There's no room for your insulin to go high. It doesn't exist. Somebody literally just said in my group today, my neurologist told me to go carnivore. Bravo. A doctor who will actually help a patient. Bravo. That's rare, you guys. It's not common. But you have to understand, like the ketogenic diet, which is like a step up above, like carnivore is way down here for spiking insulin, way down here. Keto's right above it. Okay. And then there are variations in all of it. So blah, 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 blah. Don't let the noise bug you. So keto, high fat keto, really high fat, was developed and used for people with epilepsy. So it makes sense to me that a neurologist would be talking about this. And now he or she mentioned carnivore, not keto, but we're in the same universe. We're in the same neighborhood. And then now for weight loss, we flip it out a little bit. We change it out a little bit. This is why I have my banish, bloat, and burn fat blueprint. It's free. You can find it on my site. But that's why I have that, because now we're actually going to focus on high protein, moderate fat, low carb, tamp those carbs down 30 or less a day. None of that ish about like net carbs and adding fiber and la, 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 la. How long do you want to stay stuck? I'm just saying, or all of the marketing that lies to you and says you can buy keto bread at Aldi's. It doesn't exist. If it has grain in it, it's not keto. If it's got legumes in it, it's not whole food keto. If it has sugar in it, it's not keto. You have to stop those messages, okay? But if your insulin is high, you can't burn fat. So do not be confused. If you're having these conversations, if you're sitting on your couch and you're thinking, why can I not lose a pound to save my life? And you're asking that question while you're eating a keto bread sandwich, because that grain is spiking your sugars. Somebody recently in the testimony, she said she started using, I The testimonies this week have been boom, amazing. Most of them are the total body reset. I'll talk about that in just a second, using supplementation that targets your insulin resistance. But the testimonies, and she said, I started using a CGM, a continuous glucose monitor, and she said how eye-opening that has been for her. I feel like that would be a really good tool for people. And I've said it before, I've thought about buying one just to test things, but I'm not willing to test off my plan. So I don't know if I'm going to get one or not. All I would be like, see how this doesn't spike my sugars? See how this doesn't spike my sugar? So I don't know. Not completely true all the time, because I will do other things. But anyway, my point being, I thought about it because I do feel like that can be a good tool for you guys. Your liver can't even access its own fat stores. It's like fat is locked behind a biochemical door, and insulin holds the key. So if your insulin is high, you cannot burn fat. It can't even access its own fat stores. So it's like it's locked behind a biochemical door, and insulin holds the key. You just literally can't get to it. So the insulin, it's not working anymore, right? So with insulin low, when you tamp it down, insulin low, okay, and fat burning is high, the liver starts making what are called ketones, an alternative fuel source for the brain and the body. That's where that comes in. So I know that that's a confusing conversation. I do not chase ketones. I do not use a ketone strip. I don't do any of that mess. I just want to understand the biochemistry of my body, okay? This is your body's natural way of replacing glucose when it's not getting sugar constantly dumped in. And do not be confused with, what is it called? Ketoacidosis. That's a completely different conversation that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Okay, so don't be confused. Don't let somebody put the fear of God in you about stuff that's not true. So this is your body's natural way of replacing glucose when it's not getting enough sugar constantly dumped in. Okay, so you have to have energy. You took away the sugar fuel source. Okay, you're taking that away, and you want your body to now have to dip into your fat stores. This is how this works. These are some of the most magical pieces of information that you could have, because once you understand this, this is literally how you can choose for life, and that your body's going to burn fat and you become a fat burning machine. And it's like amazing. I've lost 3 sizes in my 50s after my cycle stopped. I used targeted supplements. I traded out my food ingredients. Now I teach both. And your guys' results crush my journey. You crush my results. You guys go faster. You've done more. You've lost more weight. You've gone faster. You feel better. You get off meds. I'm just stunned at the testimonies that come to me from you guys, because you actually just listen and apply. You listen and you execute. You listen. And even if you've never been a supplementer before, all of a sudden you figure out how to have a routine. You're like, I'm in. I'm doing this. I'm just saying, then you can be 71 years old and have lost 39 pounds since March 23rd. That just happened. 72, 71. I'd have to check on the exact number. It's one of those. So, when you wake up and you're not even hungry, but you force yourself to eat because breakfast is the most important meal. That might be the exact moment that your body was finally about to tap into burning fat. Okay. But you shut it down by raising your insulin again. Or maybe you've tried fasting, but ended it early because you got scared that it wouldn't work. Meanwhile, your liver was just about to switch into fat burning gear. Okay. So let's say it out loud. Wait, are you telling me that my body can burn fat? It just hasn't had the chance to? Yes, that's what I'm saying. You've been stuck in insulin roller coaster for years. No wonder you can't drop the belly. That is a thought process like, oh, that should be the revelation that you have in your head. Oh, I keep raising my insulin. So this is why we talk about you have to stop snacking in between meals. And it's challenging because we snack because we're bored, tired, angry, sad, happy, mad. habit. We snack for every reason under the sun. I am a snacker. And if we stop snacking, we stop calling on insulin. And that is one piece of the puzzle to start to do this correctly, right? So I talk about the liver all the time, and this is why, you guys, this is why. Your liver is either your fat burning best friend or it's your fat storing nightmare. It's just, again, there's no judgment. Your body doesn't care. Your body's not judging you. I'm sorry. Your body is literally just responding out of a biochemical reaction to what your input is. It's like a computer. The computer doesn't have any, judgment on anything. It just takes in the information and dispenses it. Well, it's the same thing, right? So if your liver is bogged down by sugar, alcohol, fake sweeteners, processed foods, it won't do its job. This is why I keep teaching you how to love your liver. You have to love your liver. I'm just telling you, it is so dang important. I mean, how many times have you heard me say that? Like, love your liver? Probably a million. Because when your liver is clear and your insulin is low, your fat finally becomes fuel in your body. When your liver is clear and when your insulin is low. And don't you want to know how to eat to make that happen? Don't you want to know how to supplement to make that happen? Instead of just some prepackaged program that has pretty marketing around it, instead of just throwing supplements into your cupboard and just hoping that, that next little whatever sample you got at Costco or the Amazon find that the influencer who's 35 told you to buy works. We have to stop that mess. We have to start saying what is actually going to move the needle on bringing my insulin down and bringing my liver function up. Because then I can actually start burning fat and stop thinking that I should be further along when I haven't even done those two things yet. I haven't even paid attention to getting my insulin down, and I haven't even paid attention to getting my liver function higher. So I have to stop asking me, why am I not further along? Why do I still have belly fat? Why does nothing work for me? Why does it work for everybody else? You have to stop asking that question if you're trying to live on the fringes. Hello, Cheryl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She sent me a heart gift. You're amazing. I appreciate you so much. Everybody double tap the screen while you're on TikTok. Sometimes it's like a part-time job and I get it, but if you do it, it gets the information out further. But you can actually begin to go, okay, I'm going to wipe the slate clean of my brain. I'm going to stop believing all of the lies of counting points and calorie deficit only and eat less, move more. And you guys, it's just all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors, and it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, just like sickness is. So they create the sickness, and then they create the drug to give you for the sickness, and then this diet industry is created, and nobody has told you the simplicity. This is so freaking simple. This is so simple. Not sure why my simple sounds like that. Simple. I'm from Minnesota. It can come out any which way it wants to come out. It is very simplistic. That's better. Simplistic. Get your insulin down. Get your liver function up. Fat burning. These two pieces. Simple. Okay? Now, a lot of people are like, well, how do I do that? Well, I can tell you exactly how to do that. Now, one good tip is to go 16 hours without raising your insulin. No snacking, no creamers, no sneaky sugars. Like back time to when you want to be able to eat breakfast. And that's when you should stop eating the day before. You can try it. Maybe you have to ease into it. I get it. Okay. I don't think black coffee messes with an intermittent fast. I think you can have black coffee, possibly tea. Maybe Google that if you're really trying to figure this out. Pay attention, okay? But no creamers or anything like that. Focus on protein. I'm going to take a sip of water. All of a sudden, I'm super dry. excuse me, we're really cloudy today and kind of like rainy, a little chillier than usual in Minnesota. So focus on protein and healthy fats when you do eat. This is why I created the very simple, I want everything to be super streamlined for you. I do not want to give you like this massive amount of information that you can't even digest. So even the blueprint that I give you is like 2 pages and it's mostly graph. And the reason why is because, okay, what kind of protein should you eat? What is the protein rule? How do you apply it? And how much protein is in different foods? Once you have that basic idea down, bam, you go to town. You can ride that train all the way to your goal weight. Okay, so focus on protein and healthy fats when you do eat. Skip the sugar or the grains that spike insulin. So stop talking to me about keto bread that you got at the store or sourdough bread, or because you're following an influencer that's talking to you about something different. They're not talking to you about insulin resistance. I do not think that there is one. You guys tell me. You tell me if there's somebody out there that's telling you that the way to fix insulin resistance is to eat sourdough bread. You let me know. I don't think it exists. I could be wrong. I seriously could be wrong. And I don't care if it's store-bought sourdough or if you made it in your kitchen from your grandma's sourdough starter, your great-grandma sourdough starter 100 years ago. You're still using grain. Grain spikes sugar. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Or you're maybe buying too many keto treats, Quest bars, and all that BS. Stop. You're lying to yourself. It's not helping you move forward, okay? I don't know why I'm so passionate about this today. I don't know. Something I'm trying to figure out, like what triggered me. But anyway, support your liver. Mine was sluggish. Like, that was my liver. Just like, don't make me move. Don't make me process anything. And do you want to know why? Because I lived on ibuprofen. I thought that was God's greatest gift. I remember as I was a homeschooling mom, we homeschooled for 20 years. I would wake up and I'd be like, oh, I have a crick in my neck. Ibuprofen. It'd be like, oh, you're out there gardening and now your lower back hurts. Ibuprofen. Like everything was ibuprofen. I buy the big bottle at Costco. Isn't it amazing that we live in America where you can buy ibuprofen for $2 at, and you get 1,000 in a jar? I mean, obvious exaggeration, but no, terrible, terrible, terrible. Or all of the seed oils. I thought that I was being crazy when my girlfriend was like, you should make that pie crust with lard. I'm like, oh, wicked idea. No, we don't use lard, but it made the most amazing pie crust ever. Then I found out that lard was actually the smart thing. And the Crisco needed to get thrown literally in the garbage. In the garbage. Got it? So I didn't know anything. And so when I say my liver was sluggish, girl, it was done. It was just tired and toxic. Okay. So you have to support your liver. Once I supported mine with the right tools, this is the total body reset, you guys. It is the total body reset. Once I did that, it literally changed everything for me. It changed everything. I've actually even gone to a whole nother level in this last year, applying even more pieces to this. I constantly am able to level up another bit. It's been about 10 years since I started this journey, and I'm 60 now, and I've lost 3 sizes in my 50s after my cycle stopped. And then you can use the targeted supplementation. I'll show these to you in just a second. So just remember though, you're not lazy, you're not broken, you're just insulin resistant. So every single piece that I talk to you about is about the liver. And I know that we have this obnoxious epidemic of liver issues in our country. Magda, coffee, tea, and water are okay on intermittent fasting. Thank you, Magda. I kind of thought maybe you could do tea. So thanks for telling me, Magda. I love that. I do. I talk to you about this all the time, but everything that I have sourced in order to hand it over to you, I don't tell you to do anything I don't do myself. I do not offer any products that would conflict with your insulin resistance. That would be irresponsible of me. And so when I put together, the total body reset, it's sourcing the proper pieces so that you can actually get the results that I share with you guys. These testimonies aren't some corporate testimonies. You sent them to me. You can't wait to send me your testimonies. That's what we're doing over here. We're doing it different than everybody else. Okay? And then don't forget to get into the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. We're going to do supplements actually today. However, the trio, this is where I started, you guys. These are the 3 supplements that have the 3 ingredients. Every day I think I'm not going to drop it today. They have 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. You guys, I did only this during the time that I was losing my 3 sizes in my 50s because other things were not available to be sourced. Sugars and insulin down, liver function up. Okay. And what did I say? Get your insulin down, get your liver function up. Insulin, liver, tracking, metabolism. Okay. That's why this little trifecta, this little tiny trifecta can make so much difference. This one you take 3 times a day, a little bit of a natural OZ, if you know what I mean, wink, wink. These are twice a day. Okay. There's no caffeine. Okay, no caffeine, but you're going to begin to target. Like stop taking supplements that aren't targeted. Like it's like people will say, well, I am taking, taking an apple cider vinegar that's kind of targeted. So maybe that's not a good example because that is why they're doing it. I do have add-on supplementations that I talk about, like an omega fish or a D or So wild caught fish, a vitamin D, a magnesium, those are the add-ons. Those are all important. I do them all. I do all of those. But these are the targeted specifically. These are even just another level, like filling in raw materials for your body to function at a different level. Okay, so trio, one of them is for the liver. Gut reset protocol, liver. Okay, like you don't have a gallbladder, you have constipation, I have somebody who has short gut syndrome, you have diarrhea all the time, you have leaky gut, you're not absorbing your nutrients, you're having a hard time digesting your food, you're not pooping every single day. I guess that's constipation, but you need to be pooping every single day. You have to move the impacted waste through your body. This is not like just a greens product. I have a greens product in my line. I have an organic, amazing sweetened with stevia organic green product. That's not this. This is a daily gastrointestinal primer. Literally, no claim, but what I would say that I feel like it does for me is I feel like it heals and seals my gut. I feel like there's a healing that has taken place and a sealing so that we can shore up the sides of our gut so we can start absorbing our nutrition, food that we eat and supplements that we take. And all of a sudden it's like your engine comes back to life again. It's like, roar, you start to go again, like your whole body. It affects your brain fog and your sleep and your constipation and all of these things because your gut is like the center. So again, one of the main benefits, liver, and this is a probiotic because you have to deal with your microbiome. You have to deal with the good bacteria that you don't have. You got to deal with it. So again, liver, this one again, liver. This is the 3rd pillar. This is, I call this affectionately my little fat burner. Tastes like orange pixie stick. It is like a pixie stick, tastes like orange candy. Put it on your tongue every day. Just like that. Tastes amazing. But what you don't understand is that the science behind this, it's a clinical dose of an extract that is targeting your visceral fat. So if you've always wondered if you can target your visceral fat, yes, you can. What is your visceral fat? It's around your organs. It's in your liver. It is the fallout of insulin resistance, period, the end. Your insulin resistance is causing everything in your body. That's wrong. Okay, I'm being dramatic, but like 99.9% of everything that's going on in your body is coming from insulin resistance. Are you on a high blood pressure med? Do you have heart issues? Do you have fatty liver, gout? What do you got? Go research and find out that the trunk of the tree is insulin resistance. Had you been able to keep that at bay, my grandmother was 97 when she died playing Scrabble. No dementia in sight. Are you kidding me? She did not have a day of insulin resistance. My mother-in-law that we just traveled with, 92 years old, not a stitch of memory issues. Not a stitch. So there are people, there are going to be two different kinds of people. You're either going to be somebody who is insulin resistant and you do nothing about it. You're like, you know what? Screw it. I will not give up my food. I will not become a supplementer. I will not change anything in my life. And potentially, because of course I'm not a doctor, potentially you end up with dementia, which is type 3 diabetes, insulin resistance of the brain. Some of you, the other person is going to say, I am turning this around right now. I now know information that I will not allow my body to fall into such decline. I'm going to turn around my insulin resistance. I'm going to deal with my visceral fat. I'm going to get my insulin down. My A1C is going to live at the low 5s or below. We're going to do this bad boy. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to feel great. It's going to be amazing. And potentially then you don't have the memory issues. I really want people to hear this because I took care of my mom with dementia for 5 years. And I could spend the next hour outlining how I can go back in my memory and watch her own insulin resistance take control of her life for 20, 30 years before she all of a sudden went into mental decline with Alzheimer's. So that is what I talk about on a regular basis. Pillar 1, pillar 2, pillar 3. Patty says, Teresa, I know, Teresa. And I did message you yesterday. So just message me back. Tell me what you're the most interested in. I'll help you. Your daughter is listening with you, Jody. Praise God. Hi, daughter of Jody. So nice to meet you. Very, very good to meet you. I'm so glad. See, this is what I want. I want people to share, especially with your daughters, your daughter-in-laws. Share with those who, like, if I would have been on the screen, which didn't exist when I was 43, I would have been so grateful because I was ready. I didn't do anything for another about 5 years, but I was ready mentally. Information wasn't available to me yet. I had already decided when I was about 37 and I was way overweight and my hormones were really bad. And I thought, I wonder if I have to just succumb. I mean, I remember the outfit I was wearing. I show it in my group when I do my slides, I think. I still do. I know the outfit that I was wearing. I know where I was standing in my yard. It was a sunny day. The grass was green under my feet. I mean, I remember this very clearly because it was like an encounter moment of some sort. And the thought came to my head, I wonder if am I supposed to just embrace being an Italian who is obese, like my great aunts and the rest of my family? And, kind of people's pictures came into my head. And as soon as I had this thought that maybe I'm just going to be this overweight, happy Italian person, like whatever that meant, right? Like that picture, I went, no, I'm not going to do that. And then my next thought was, I have zero idea how I will avoid that. I don't know, but it set my course to be able to hear when something came across my path. This is why I actually get online every day, because I know that when I speak, somebody's path has been prepared to hear that they can turn back around their health. Somebody has been waiting to hear somebody explain it in simplistic terms. And I try every day to be as simple as possible. Sometimes I don't win, but I try, because if it can be simple, then you will try it. And if you can have it understood in your heart as to what's happening in your body, you'll sustain it. And it will change your life completely. It'll change the future you of medicine and doctor's appointments and how you feel when you wake up in the morning, and the traveling that you will or will not do, the memories that you will or will not make. And if when I was 43 and I heard this message, man, I would have been, show me the way. Because I knew that my kids were going to have grandbabies, and I knew that I wanted to travel, and I knew that I didn't want the life that my dad had, where his health declined and declined and declined all during his 50s. And then he was dead at 63 from type 2 diabetes. I didn't want that life. And now I'm the only person in my immediate family to have avoided type 2 diabetes. I'm 60 years old. I don't take any meds. I've lost 3 sizes. I'm still on my journey, but I feel so good. You can't put a price on how I feel. You just can't put a price on that. I do not wake up and feel like a bus hit me. I do not have to nap at 3 p.m. I have energy for my grandbabies. I don't ache in my joints. So I'm just telling you. Pillar number 1 is the trio. Pillar number 2 is the gut reset protocol. See if I can do this without dropping. And pillar number 3 is the fat burner. This is the pixie stick, the orange pixie stick. So all 3 of these together, I call them the total body reset. These are products that I have sourced and put together specifically for insulin resistance. I started just a little over 10 years ago. And so you can do the same thing and you can crush my results. You can go faster than I did. So I do have a banish the bloat and burn fat blueprint. It's a protein blueprint so you can understand. Super short. Everything is streamlined. Remember, Jeanette, you are so correct. Show them the way in truth. Jeanette, I'm so glad you showed back up in my universe. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. And I appreciate you very, very much. You're such a VIP. And I just, it's like, honestly, you guys, if we can just grasp these simple things, if we can stop being so skeptical. A heavy dose of skepticism is needed in this world. I really do understand that. I get it. Like, I'm not the most open person either all the time. But I will tell you, not everybody is out just to make a buck. Not everybody is out just to sell the next thing. I just want you to know that. And the way that I can prove that, the best that I can, is to journey with the people that connect with me. I can't journey with somebody who never connects with me. I don't know your journey. I don't know your name. I don't know where you live. I can't send you a card. I can't do anything. But when you choose to put yourself first and you connect then with me and I'm able to be a part of your world, I'll do the free challenges inside of the group. I'll teach you about the food. I'll bring you into my personal refrigerator. I'll show you as best as I can how I've traded things out, how I've made those decisions, how I've battled the emotional connection with food. The other day I talked about how we never passed up a Dairy Queen as a child, ever. I literally don't think, I'm not even exaggerating. I literally don't think my dad ever did not turn into the parking lot of Dairy Queen if one of us kids said, "Hey Dad, there's a Dairy Queen over there," because that was our game. And he was type 2 diabetic. So then how did I trade out my food? That's a question that you should want to know the answer to. How in the world did I, so addicted to sugar and emotionally connected to food and all the memories and all the everything, how did I do it? And the next question should be, well, you lost 3 sizes and you kept it off. How? How do you keep it off? Get your insulin down, get your liver function up, eat within the proper, properly apply protein to your life. Because I'm telling you, when done correctly, everything I'm talking about right now, when done correctly, all of this, man, the results. Produces results. Produces. So, Anna, good to see you. Good afternoon. All right, I'm going to end with this. Today at 3:00 Central Standard Time in the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, I will go deep dive into supplementation. So if you feel like you want further information before you pull the trigger, because you're like, I'm not so sure, or I'm not sure if I need 1 pillar, 3 pillars, what do I need? Let's talk. Don't stop yourself from a conversation. So that's at 3:00 today in the group. It's Central. It's always Central. Ditch insulin resistance for women. And the last thing is that should you just go on and purchase for yourself, register as a customer, know that there's the most amazing campaign ever where when you purchase 150 3 months in a row, you earn $75 back on your third purchase. Nobody else is doing that for you. I defy anybody to find me somebody else that's doing that, paying you to actually get healthy, offsetting the fact that you can't use your insurance or your HSA. Who else is offsetting you so that you can actually dive in and say, I'm going to prioritize myself. Finally, I'm going to prioritize myself and get my engine back up and running again because I'm tired of feeling like trash. I'm tired of gaining weight. I'm tired of having a belly that looks pregnant. I'm tired of hiding in pictures and putting pillows in my lap and being halfway behind my sister-in-law. I'm tired of this. I will not do another Christmas like this. I'm going to change it now. So I always want you guys to have that information because I'm like, no, don't sign out as a guest and not get your ability to cash in. Don't do that. I want you to be connected in the best way that gets you the free shipping and that gets you all of the goodies. So you already know how to find me, Messenger, Instagram. You can text me. You can request a phone consult. You can request a customized cart. There are a million ways that we can, kind of connect with each other. So just let me know. And I can't wait to see you guys again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's what we'll do. And in the meantime, 3 o'clock today. So in the group, it's going to be a good one. Don't miss it. All right. See you later, you guys. Be super blessed.